Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and this episode will be pretty short. Because my other episode was so long, in regards to the media, was an hour long, because I just had to get a lot off my chest. So be sure to check out that episode, Dear Media. You are the reason polls about Trump will never be accurate. But for this episode, Jeff Sessions lost. The funny thing is, I did an episode on Jeff Sessions uh, several weeks ago. And I'm trying to remember the name of the episode. Quick. Yeah, it was episode 8. Wow, time goes by fast. So it was episode 8, Dear Jeff Sessions, Stand Down, was the episode. And during that episode, it was interesting because I had said that President Trump had been kind of cordial. He had actually been, he said a few things here and there, but he was mostly silent. He didn't go after him like he usually goes after someone. And as soon as I uploaded that episode, like a day or two later, President Trump started going in. And I'm like, oh, man. So, yeah, I thought it was really, really funny to me after the fact. Let me get the housekeeping out the way. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate those who listen to the show, those who watch the show as well. You can listen to the podcast, the main podcasting platform, thepurpleelephantshow.com. You have all the podcasting episodes there, including podcast only, which are exclusive to the podcast, not uploaded on YouTube, not uploaded on Daily Motion. There, you'll see the letters PCO in the title. That will let you know that it's a podcast only episode. You can follow on Parler, my new favorite app, The Purple Elephant Show. You can follow on Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show. You can follow on Twitter at Real TPES. And once you click the subscribe button on YouTube, don't forget to click the notification bell. Daily Motion, just click whatever it says to subscribe and do that there. And now I can do just a little brief breakdown of this. I would have come into this singing Oh Happy Day, but I didn't want to set anything off. So I'll leave it alone. Also, I don't wish bad on Jeff Sessions. I don't wish bad on him. I don't think that he is a horrible person. I don't believe that. My issue with Jeff Sessions is, or some of my issues as mentioned before, is that there's this thing called loyalty and there's this thing called fortitude. I'm really big on loyalty. And it's because, as I mentioned in other episodes, those who are into astrology, my sign is Cancer. And those who study astrology know Cancers are really big about loyalty. Loyalty is a huge thing to a lot of Cancers. And I'm one of them. I'm very big on loyalty. If you cross me, I'm usually done with you. And I feel Jeff Sessions just wasn't able to be loyal. And by loyal, I mean he should have told President Trump that he planned on recusing himself if he became Attorney General. He should have told him that. That is a loyalty thing. Because if you're loyal to someone, you don't launch surprises on them. If you're, I don't like using the word friends. I hate using the word friends in politics. If you have a cordial relationship with someone in politics, you do your best not to surprise them. Because if you're throwing a surprise at them, in my eyes, that shows a lack of loyalty. is how I feel about it. So, and some people could say that President Trump throws surprises all the time. And I could explain, but that's another episode for another day. The other thing is that he just didn't have the fortitude. He wasn't strong enough. He wasn't willing to stand up for what was right. And I believe that is the larger reason. Him recusing himself, yeah, the people of Alabama remembered that, but I think the larger reason that the people of Alabama said, no, we will not bring you back to the United States Senate, is because he wasn't willing to stand up for what was right. Anyone who has been following the Russia hoax, and it's a hoax, it's a witch hunt, it's a scam, is what it is, who has access to the information and who has followed it. And Jeff Sessions had access even then to enough information to know that the whole thing was BS. If he would have stood up then, and let's say later on, for some other reason, he left the administration, I believe Alabama would have reelected him. I really, really do. I think if he wouldn't have recused himself, if he would have stood up for what was right back then, and then because during this administration, you never know how things are going to go. President Trump has a very capricious nature. It can be a good thing because people don't always know how to read him, and a lot of it is intentional that he does that to throw people off, and then sometimes it's just whatever. But if he would have left for a different reason and then came back and said, hey, you know what, I want to run for Senate again, I believe in my heart of hearts that Alabama would have reelected him and sent him to run for the Senate seat. And he more than likely would have won the main election, not the runoff. There probably wouldn't have even been a runoff if he had stood up for what was right and been loyal and not recused himself. I really, really believe that. I'm glad that the people of Alabama see that Jeff Sessions isn't up for the job. You shouldn't reward incompetence with another 6 years in the Senate. And that's one thing I focused on when I said, Dear Jeff Sessions, stand down on episode 8. Because I was saying to the people of Alabama, you're going to end up in a situation like the people of Utah with Mitt Romney. I knew Mitt Romney was going to be garbage. Just like the media, Mitt Romney is garbage. He's been garbage. He'll always be garbage. So with Jeff Sessions, you didn't want to end up in that situation where you elect him and then you're dealing with, he'll be on the team with Romney and Murkowski and what's the other one that's always out there? I forgot her name, but there's another one too. It's like with that group. I'm not saying everyone needs to vote lockstep and everyone needs to be a monolith in the Senate. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you can tell the difference between those who are doing things on principle and those who are doing things for media exposure, for future political ambitions, for currying favor with people that don't even like them anyway, regardless of whatever they do. They could resurrect somebody from the dead. It wouldn't matter. The media still isn't going to like them, even if they'll write a nice headline here or a nice headline there. You didn't want Jeff Sessions to be one of those who ends up in that group, because if you elected him back to the Senate, as I said before, you would have been stuck with him for 6 years. So, And I believe his name is Tommy Tuberville, because I've heard people pronounce it differently. Maybe he'll win, maybe he won't. Honestly, I don't care. What I do care about is loyalty and fortitude. And it's clear that Jeff Sessions did not have that. I wish him well. I hope that he goes on to do some amazing things. He can start a nonprofit. He can continue to help behind the scenes. He can go feed the children in some of the cities where children are going hungry here in the United States. And yes, children do go hungry in the United States. Even though the United States is one of the richest countries in the world, children still sadly do go hungry, which is something I don't like. But as for returning to the Senate, he should not have that honor. He doesn't deserve it. And I'm glad that the people of Alabama feel the same way. And that's all I have for that. I told you this would be a short episode. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, all that other stuff. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, thepurpleelephantshow.com for the podcast, and at Real TPES on Twitter. Thank you again for listening and watching. It means more to me than you'll ever know. Those watching now and those who may listen and watch in the future. It means a lot to me. Be blessed.